it works. Since this script is already there and it's going to run our bash thing for us, I think this kind of inverts the control again, but we can tell it to run the loop. Let's see what happens if I say run the Ralph loop. It's going to execute bash inside of the session, which
So this is Warp's LLM.
No, I'm inside of a Droid session. Oh, no, you're right. I was inside of a Droid session. So let me resume that. I exited out of it.
That's cool. I didn't know Droid does that. That's nice that you can resume those sessions. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that is very handy. So now I can run the Ralph loop, which is not how I understood, Ralph was meant to be running. You're meant to run the bash script yourself, and that way each iteration runs its own session. But this is like meta now. I think we're basically having Droid run bash, which itself then runs scripts in the switch file. It didn't find the path, and then it found the right path, which is inside of factory, and there we go. So now it's running the Ralph loop and verifying the progress. So then this will run, who knows, it's 37 stories. It could take, let's say, 10 minutes a story. So it could take 10 hours. So we're not going to wait for it to finish.
So what's interesting here, so here's what I think that could be neat, is imagine if you had some system in your PRD which could dispatch to particular LLMs or agents. So for example, if I was writing a full system, there's probably going to be some AWS component. And I could say, hey, why doesn't Kiro CLI handle the AWS component? The agent formerly known as Q. So Kiro CLI handle the AWS one. And then maybe here's a simple one. Let's throw that over to, I don't know, a cheap local one. And then here's a really complicated one. We think this one's very difficult, touches a lot of things. Let's send this one to Opus 4.5 or GLM 4.7. That'd be kind of neat. I bet you could add in another field in the PRD or have somewhere in Ralph. And then this is sequential, but I wonder if you could add some kind of dependency language in the PRD so it could kind of be eager about getting these things done.
Yeah, there's lots of different ways we could extend this. I was just having a conversation in a WhatsApp group about LLMs and how, the pricier ones are powerful and the cheaper ones are not nearly as good. But I had, well, why did you load that? Hey, different perspective on that, which was you can have small models that do powerful things because they're orchestrated and because you've got your problem decomposed to one specific part of the scope. And this thing could be specialized. So you could have a specialized small language model that maybe even runs locally and executes tools to do, like what you said, AWS operations, instead of having one generalist runtime and one generalist model that tries to do everything.
And I think that, again, that kind of has this human parallel. One of the influencers I like is Cody Sanchez, and she's like, very business, get things done kind of thing. And she's just like, just start doing stuff, and you learn a hell of a lot by doing stuff. And you don't need to be this super genius to do stuff. And it's the same with LLMs. A lot of the stuff, if you can break the problem down, a lot of the stuff isn't that hard. It's just getting it into a cohesive piece, right? Often there's a core of like, okay, your core insight or core bit of genius. Okay, that's the human element or the very sophisticated element. Then a lot of it's, CRUD tasks and buttons and stuff that doesn't need the top of the line thing. If you say, okay, make sure this button exists on every page and make sure that it works. Okay, cool. You do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna exit out of here
because I want to see it running. If you can run the,
it's running.
I want to see what it spits out. It'd be cool if there's some visual of this, and I'm sure people have built
it. And that's one of the things that I definitely want to extend this whole paradigm with is visibility. One thing that I've greatly benefited from is the reasoning traces of reasoning models and seeing how they think when they're doing things. So not only do you see kind of the final response, but you see what they're thinking. This is the task decomposition. This is not a very good example. Here we go. So seeing what a model thinks before it gives you its answers sometimes is more informative than the answers themselves, or just as informative. Seeing progress. Again, this is not something that runs on the order of seconds to minutes. This is something that runs on the order of hours to days, right? So it's not conducive to a live demo. But looking at progress.txt, and you can see what it learns along the way. Looking at your prd.json, you can see the progress. So you can add a visualization layer on top of that, or as I mentioned, connect it to a task management system. That is a powerful paradigm for sure. I'm excited to try it out, and I'm excited mostly to also extend it and make it my own and enhance it, because it is just dead simple. And there's beauty in that simplicity, and there's power in something that is designed, with modularity. So yeah, very excited about Ralph. I'm going to talk about Prose now, unless you've got some other
that's great. No, it's kind of, I got so excited about Ralph and all the places my mind's going, all right, so we built up pillars 1 and 2, skills, Ralph. All right. Did you like that clip? Well, check out the full episode. Leonardo and I put Open Prose through its paces. We check out Ralph Wiggum and the Ralph Loop, all sorts of great discussion related to AI coding, different models, different agents, different harnesses. Check out, the link is in the description. Also, please join our Discord community. We've got great content, great discussions, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.